I'm not sure that's an improvement.
Okay. So before the conference, had you heard of Post-Truth?
Yeah, it floats around.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whereabouts would you have heard of?
Everyone's comments on Donald Trump, basically.
That seems to be when it really came to you before, wasn't it? Were your perceptions then that it was mostly a negative phrase or entity?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's always been a complex concept for me. I mean, there's the reference to the media and the distortion of the media and the devaluation of journalism.
Yes.
Spin.
Yeah.
But for me, it all has a much wider framework as well. That the institutions that were taken for granted as containers for cultural capital have been massively marginalised, and so there's the old cultural references of stuff you could trust or stuff that was mainstream.
Yeah.
The assumption of what was mainstream has been totally
transformed. What sort of institutions, containers are you thinking of?
Well, I'm thinking about the role of churches, actually.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
Because
I haven't heard that yet.
No, I know. That'd be weird.
Yeah, please.
I've got degrees in philosophy and theology.
Oh,
so
fantastic. I'm glad you're here.
Yes, so just a typical actor, in other words.
I see, yes, you're an actor. Right.
Yeah, so I mean, like sexism, the change in sexism in our lifetime. Like, I never walked past a building site as a schoolgirl without getting heckled, hassled, whistled at. You know, I was relieved to get older and not be so pretty, so I wouldn't be so targeted.
Yeah.
And I'm just a sort of privileged white girl.
Yeah, it's a bizarre.
Imagine what it's like for people with, different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing that we can, I think probably a lot of us can see in terms of cultural change, has also happened in institutions.
Certain progressive change.
Yeah.
Most people would support and see it as beneficial. But so in terms of,
I'm part of a eco-feminist left-leaning uniting church.
Okay.
It goes on peace marches. There's lots of rainbow families. No one bats an eyelid.
Right. It's very inclusive. Yeah.
And they've actually been leaders for social change and leaders for social transformation.
Right.
But when people in the world talk about the church, they're not referring to
the church,
to my experience.
So talk to me about.
I'm weird.
Well, no, but that's such an interesting one. Religion and post-truth, given
absolutely
the rise of fundamentalism in the last couple of decades, and truth being, you manage those sorts of.
I don't think it's about behaviour and lifestyle choices.
Don't you?
The reflective, creative, liberal. And I think the idea that truth might come in images, or truth might speak to you in wordlessness from the heart, or truth might be present in an incredible way. This morning, when spoke in language, that was the most devastatingly sacred and disarming moment, where no one in the room understood a word from.
So a more capacious kind of term or understanding of truth.
So many lenses, many images, many experiences.
How then do you relate to this post-truth, the idea of post-truth? Is that potentially a positive opportunity for that kind of opening up?
Well, the idea of old certainties being and old sort of assumptions and rigidities, I think, can only be good.
A good thing, right?
And I think people with intellectual honesty or actually like questing or growing are in a constant state of unbuilding and rebuilding.
Yeah, it's a really good
So I think the idea of dismantling structures as part of your quest to find what's real and worthwhile is great. I mean, postmodernism is all about that, right?
is, yeah.
But project is not the only groups are.
But that
So
can shift
but all of
the undermining of we're moving perilously close to. What do you make of the sort of the dissolving and
actually
so the internet
and the
really.
unsafeness? Yeah, where does that horrid? Why does America let them have guns? It's interesting, isn't it? It's destabilizing.
Yeah,
I think people villages don't you get sad.
to an
Yeah,
extent.
yeah.
So,
But I think there's lots about cities that's really unhealthy. Living with a lot of concrete and steel and with a lack of social connection.
Yeah,
There's a really great researcher up in University of Queensland who talks a lot about and that social identity is an independent factor for health, separate to social connection, that you need to be part of groups. Yeah.
Having a network there, but it's just the self-understanding
that makes you healthier and live longer. Being a member of the library.
That sounds like a things.
So I think it's always in both ends.
Yeah.
So that both the unhelpful structures going on at the moment. Lots of things we can say that are true. Like humans need each other, and you'll die without a natural world.
Yeah, they're the. Helen has been asking people if you can talk about a truth for you, like, and it sounds like you've just named two, but could you think of one that feels quite primary for you? Like, we just ask about truths that they have faith in. That's a good one.
That's true for me.
One last question is about things that we might do to that might help deal with some of the fears that people have. It's a tough question, but
things that were trusted before no longer have the right to be trusted.
okay.
But that doesn't mean that it's not worth trusting things. And I think that there are some amazing voices that are worth listening to and taking on. Like the Indigenous woman we heard this morning, and I really wish I had her name. Yeah. Forgive me, I'll look it up afterwards. She spoke the truth and her truth so clearly, with such grace and clarity and authority. She spoke it quietly. She spoke it in her in the language that belongs to this place we're in. And I think there are great words that are worth listening to.
Yeah.
but they often come with different questions. And I think a work of art can teach us stuff.
I'm a weird person.
No, you're not a weird person at all. You're
You
deeply
ask me what I think, that's what I actually think.